even though the form is simple, it has flow to itself. So that's why you've got this flow of something that's coming up and kind of almost creating the pedestal, then it kind of flows back down and creates like this form that's coming out of the ground. To fabricate it is difficult because there's small little pieces and large pieces. They can't interfere with each other, and if they're even remotely touching, then the piece is going to be thrown away because none of it's going to fit. From our process, we get like design elements just by the way that the surfaces terminate. On the side, it's got this kind of snowflake detail. That's just something that came out later on in the design. One of the elements is called the artichoke design. And what's kind of really neat about the artichoke design is that it starts out with this grid on top that is like mathematical, like a lot of engineers and people who are OCD see it, and it's very soothing. But what's artistic about it is when it comes to this corner, it almost loses it. It almost becomes a little bit chaotic, and like it almost free falls, I guess you'd say. But then it reorganizes itself and was what we call the artichoke pattern. This kind of shows like the history to where I am today. So my first piece is like this piece right here, where I formed everything by hand. I thought this was gonna like make me a superstar, you know. I was young and ambitious, and I started doing different things about creating volume out of flat substrate, like pieces of plywood. Back there, that chair base or the chair top was the first kind of like experiment I did with it. It's got like a higher back to it, which aesthetically is not as pleasing, but actually ergonomically it's better. But then we come to this one right here that we ended up with. It's not as comfortable. I mean, it's still okay, but it visually is where I want it to be. I also have a couple of pieces that are fossilistic, if that's a word, because I grew up in this place called Vernal, Utah, where there's like a dinosaur quarry. Like this whole mountain is full of bones. That kind of came into the inspiration, but now the bones inspiration is you actually get to see what the structure is. It starts out with software. It's a mechanical engineering program, but it can be also very artistic. That's what fuels the tools, and so once I bring that information into either like the 3D printer here, whatever the client or I'm trying to create. I've been an industrial designer for 13 years now. I worked for a company that built wheelchairs, worked for consultancy. After that, then I was a furniture designer. I like the interface with people. I like that kind of pure information coming from the client. So that's why I decided to go for my own. During the creation process, you show them what you've come up with, and they come up with an idea, get inspired, then I get inspired. Everybody has kind of like dreams, right? I mean, whether it's a different product, they have to visualize this dream in their mind. Whether if they're trying to make money off of it or they're creating art, it's inspiration. The seriousness of it and this is somebody's life I'm affecting. And so that's what I feel is like the pure relationship with the client. Is not only, the information that is shared, but it's also like the feelings. I know it sounds kind of really artsy, but it's true. Design is such a difficult moment to get. Then once you have it, it is a difficult moment, but it's like the stuff that you work for and like it fulfills you.